Alright, what is up, you beautiful people, and welcome back to the Stronghold Unstoppable Brawl. We're playing some Ranger today. Let's get right to it, boys. Brawl modifiers, we got Unstoppable. A base is getting built up as you push over. This guy is already starting to say abusive language right away. Nice meme. We also have Bountiful, so we got double income. And then we also have Unstoppable. So whenever a unit gets a kill, it gets more HP based off of how much the unit it killed was worth. Before, it would just give you, like, I think 2% max HP of the unit, so battle cruisers were pretty good and marines were pretty bad. But now it's like, you know, if you lose a marine, your marine just gave someone 4.5 HP. The marauder gives something 10 HP. So with Rainer, I'm just gonna go and spam some tanks, and then at some point someone's gonna decide that challenging Rainer in the air is a good decision, and eventually this game is going to lead to 5 million Vikings. Looks like this game is already going to lead to 5 million Vikings because, you know what? There's a Vorazun. That's okay. I'm just going to scan this guy here. Who's this guy? DEHAKA. Well, guess we're not buying tanks today, boys. How unfortunate. Oh man, trash man. I don't like that every time I play Rainer. It just becomes a, let's just fly. You know, I just want to buy tanks in peace. Rainer tanks are arguably so good. And against the DEHAKA, you just buy Banshees and laugh at them. Vikings are arguably, I don't know. Actually, the DEHAKA mutas are kind of scary, but once you hit critical mass, like, you can just laugh at them. Like, literally, you can just laugh at them. Like, once you hit critical mass, it's just not even a problem anymore. So I'm gonna spend the rest of my minerals buying Vikings. Actually, you know what? Let's not be too hasty here. You know, as Treebeard said, let's not be too hasty. Oh my god. I've been looking at all of the Magic the Gathering cards, and I'm just like, damn, they did a lot of collabs. They did collab with Lord of the Rings. They did collab with Space Marines. I actually want to play a Tyranid deck now that I was looking at it, but I don't think there's enough Tyranid support for a pure commander deck. But yeah. Anyhow, I think, I don't know, I've been experimenting with a bunch of different decks to see like which deck survives the best in a multiplayer environment, because I'm about to do a multiplayer game with some of my friends. I should organize that. I like told them, hey, end of May, would you guys like to do a multiplayer pod? And then I never followed up. Never followed up with them on it. Lamau. Anyways, but yeah, I've just been playtesting against myself. I found like a bunch of degenerate combos in like a Sultai deck with T-Vol, the balanced scale. I just love Landfall, by the way. AC is probably the deck I'm gonna take into the pod. But I'm also probably gonna play like, I have this really fun like light pause assassin deck where all I do is, I don't know, buff the bejesus out of a single unit and then run it down. And it's a really good like aggro deck for like the first 6 turns. I can just kill someone. But yeah. And then, oh, this guy doesn't like me, hey? Oh, this guy doesn't like me, eh? I wonder if I can make him rage quit if I keep scanning him. I'm actually kind of curious. He's like, I mean, honestly, in the DEHAKA matchup, Banshees just dominate DEHAKA anyways. Here, you know the Terran Orbital Command? Terran Orbital Command? Oh man. Anyways, I'm probably going to be buying flying units anyways, so I'm just going to spend all my money on upgrading my Banshees and making them stronger. This guy's just buying a ton of Centurions here. This is very, very interesting. I wonder why he has so many Centurions. Well, I mean, you're not going to get through all these buildings with all those Centurions. I'm going to scan him again. 15 minutes? 15 seconds? There we go. I'm just going to keep scanning him. I'm just going to keep scanning him. I mean, he's just letting me stack up real hard right now. There we go. There's a bunch of ghosts here. I should probably drop a scan here so we can actually see these ghosts. Okay, there we go. There are the Mutalisks that I expected. I actually think in order to beat the Mutalisk, I should run like 2 battle cruisers to tank them. Because the battle cruisers just have such a fat health pool. I'm actually gonna do it. I'm gonna run some battle cruisers here. Also, the mutas totally ignore the Banshees. They're gonna go right after whatchamacallit. they're gonna go right after my Vikings as soon as they're spotted. But yeah, I'm gonna push over a battlecruiser here. I mean, it's inevitable that bro was going to buy these, you know. It was gonna happen. It is the only answer DEHAKA really has, and like, I mean, they're a pretty good answer. Don't get me wrong though, but the battlecruiser Yamato is gonna be a little bit funny. But I'm gonna need 2 of them. Or what if I just skip the middleman and just go right for Rainer here? Oh my god, oh my god. There we go. Double Yamato here. I'll get the weapon refit, and then we're gonna have to push out some Vikings here. I'm relying on my Yamato to carry me here. Boom, boom, and then we're just gonna shoot him to bits here. Oh my god, bro, silence me. Just gonna blink him back here. I don't actually know if the battlecruiser play is the best play right now, but they always get value and they're super tough, so they can tank for a long time, not just for me. This guy is really he's really angry, eh? Oh my god. Anyways, I don't need this scan here, so I'm just gonna scan on him here. And then I think it's just funny, like I think it's just funny, bro. Oh my god. Alright, let me get another one here. Boom. Let's get these out here. I know that building just raw Vikings is gonna be bad. I have to get the battle cruisers in front. Like, my own personal experience is that unless I do that, we are gonna be in trouble. Oh, my Viking blob is all on. Everything is just on top of each other here. I have a bit of a problem. Also, does my Abathur not have detection here? I just need to keep sending out Vikings at this point, and we just gotta hit critical mass, and we'll be fine. This Warzone is, interesting. I mean, the enemy team is going a lot of initial contact damage with all these, like, ghosts and stuff. Get some more damage output here. I don't know why this guy has so many ghosts, though. Because with Stronghold, it doesn't really stack too hard. And then we're just going to scan here. Okay, bro, it's like 400 health. That's okay. Because we have a whole death fleet assembled here. And the AoE and everything is just going to burn everything down. Eventually. I'm going to scan here so we can see all of his invisible units here. And destroy these guys real quick. I don't know. Some mighty strong words talking as a DEHAKA into a Rainer matchup. The DEHAKA into Rainer matchup is the try not to lose matchup before you get absolutely dumpstered by Terran bias. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to put one of these out here. And then I'm just going to scan over here. It's interesting that I'm getting like league levels of toxicity in Starcraft 2 Direct Strike, a ridiculously casual game mode. This is neck dive invisible units? Yeah, he does. I gotta scan the next wave. Where are the Centurions here? He's not out yet. And he's gonna be out right now. I don't need to scan his area anymore, because I can just scan the battlefield, and that's way better. Like, I also don't get why people are angry when people scan your staging area, because, like, that's just called scouting, bro. And as Rainer, if you're not scanning your opponents, you're literally throwing away free resources. I think I'm not even gonna say anything. I don't need to reply. Let's see here. Boom. Oh, did I just break his tongue? Bro, we call that the Mastery Alpha Strike dodge. The Alpha dodge, baby. And this is also called the matchup diff. POV matchup diff. POV matchup diff. My Vikings are getting pretty thick here. There we go. Let's drop another scan here. Yo, Vikings, stop landing. And start hammering. Borzun has no answer to Raynor. DEHAKA's only answer to Raynor is making Raynor go fight him on the ground. And Raynor can just say, nah, I'll just buy Banshees. And DEHAKA's like, okay, I guess I have to deal with those, you know? And then Bro left the game. There we go. This guy over here, POV, is like Homelander in the White House. Homelander in the White House. Homelander? Oi, oi. Here's a crowbar through the skull. Alright, let's see. How thick did our battlecruisers? Our battlecruisers actually... did they really get that thick? I think normally I have like 660 health. So, you know, 300 health, that's not too bad. Banshee's getting like 400, that's pretty good. Pretty respectable here. My Vikings got a little thicker. The biggest menace is just the thick Raynor Viking, because it already does splash damage. It just destroys everything. Anyways, we're gonna hit next game. Hopefully we can buy some tanks in the next game. Alright, we back. Run it back. Boom. Gotta hit that tier 2, because the only way... You know what would be hilarious? If it was unstoppable and it was Firebats versus Lings. I'm actually kind of curious. I think there's a hard cap on how much your units can gain HP. I think it's like 3 or 4x HP, and then like, can you imagine though, like a 600, imagine not 600, 800 health Firebat? That'd be hilarious. Yeah. Is me. Yeah, is me. I'm just gonna try and play some chill tanks here. Anyways. Because, you know, Stronghold, tanks, great combo. But yeah. 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 Marauders. Let's throw some Marauders in here. Alarak. Oh. Alarak. What is this guy? Mangsk? Oh. Oh! My wish has been fulfilled. I will bury this guy in my tanks, baby. I will bury him. I don't care if you make high value units, baby. It's time to fire up the Earl Mountain factory, baby. We're gonna churn out some T-34s. Yo, what if the Russians just started making T-34s again and started sending them into Ukraine? Like, if you think about it, T-72 or T-34, it doesn't matter if a drone takes it out. So why not just go back to the old technology and just, like, start printing T-34s, you know? Like, can you imagine, you just start, like, you know, like the drone's gonna one-shot your tank anyway. So just print some T-34s and send some guys out in there, you know? Gotta revive the old strategy. Oh, baby. Let's go. That being said, I'm pretty sure... Actually, if they upgraded the gun of the T-34 from, like, you know, the ancient low velocity 76mm whatever they were using to, like, a higher tech, high velocity 76mm gun, I think it could still probably take on most targets except for, like, an enemy MBT. And against an enemy MBT, all you need are just some drones, you know? Bro got an Aegis guard? Nah. Nah. Aegis guard? See, the downside with Manx is if you're not buying tanks, you already lost. Because your tank is the unit that is likely to stay alive for the longest amount of time. Because bro's just in the back, baby. He's just hitting it from the back. He'd be dropping them back shots on him, you know? Oh my god, that's Zealot, though. But yeah, Alarak is going to be a bit of a menace. His DPS isn't going to increase, but, you know, bro also doesn't feed that hard. Because he can just eat all of his money. Oh my god. Oh my, all those SCVs are trying to repair. RIP SCVs. But yeah, I'm gonna play Manx game this week too. I don't know. I think at this point, like, I just realized I don't have time for weak commanders, baby. Basically, every commander that you guys see in the weeklies, or you see often in the weeklies, those are commanders that I think are, like, strong. Or, like, at least never without options, you know? You know, like, Abathur, he may be out of mana, but he's definitely not out of options, you know? But if you're playing something like Warzone, you're out of mana and you're out of options. And that's the place where you don't want to be. That is the bad place. Like, Kerrigan's also one of those, you know? I'm out of bullets, bro. I'm out of options. But, like, you know, like the commanders that are weak, I think if Tia just gave them an extra unit or something, I think that would actually make them stronger, or, like, make them more balanced. Like, for example, Kerrigan, like, if you beat up her Mutalisk, she has, like, no Air Force. So, if she had access to, like, some medium-sized Zerg flyer designed to, I don't know, take hits, or, like, shoot from far away. Actually, maybe not take hits, but, like, shoot from far away. Or maybe take hits. Kerrigan might be a little bit better in the sky. Like, you know, one of those, like, units you get from, like, the Direct Strike, not Direct Strike, the Desert Strike units. Like a Pugilisk, not a Pugilisk, but, like, you know that large flying Viper snake thing? That's not a Viper. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a bunch of Guardians stitched together. That's probably what it looks like, at least in my mind's eye. Swan or Rainer? Who, me? Me? I'm Rainer. No way I'm building Swan tanks, bro. Oh my god. Swan tanks are made of paper. But yeah. Anyways. Well, not that they're made of paper. That doesn't matter this week. It's just that they're not hitting stuff most of the time. And that's bad. But Rainer tanks? Rainer tanks just got that fast siege. Not bad with Stronghold. Yup. Yeah, but fast siege. Mwah. So much better. Fast siege just makes everything better, you know? It's like Amazon delivery. Why go to Walmart when you can order it online? Oh, you know what though? The Swan Goliaths are pretty spicy. But yeah, I'm actually kind of curious. If Kerrigan got like a medium-sized kind of tanky Zerg flyer, like imagine she just got an Ultralisk in the sky. 400 health, melee attacker, armored, like 6 armor, and it deals like 40 damage to like air units. It just runs up to it and group hugs them. The only reason why I'm suggesting a unit like that is because her other air unit, the Mutalisk, has 3 range. I think it has 3 range at least, 3 or 4 range. Or is it 5 range? Let me check right now. Okay, they all died. Okay. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, if she needs an air unit to cover her mutas, they gotta get in there. And if she's not getting an air unit to cover her mutas, then it better be a unit that, you know, gets covered by the mutas. Kerrigan on the ground, I think, is already quite strong. You know, so, like, that's fine. But yeah. Actually, you know what? I wonder if it'll fix things if Kerrigan had access to a Corruptor. Like, you know, just... Yeah. Yeah, I think a Corruptor might fix things, actually. Anyways, safe to say the tanks have arrived. And Alarak has a bunch of Slayers. Slayers? What are Slayers? Oh, you know what, though? Manx's Skyfree is a problem. It just doesn't die. That's okay. We just need more tanks. Finally, I can build tanks in peace. I swear to God, if someone starts flying, bro, I'm gonna get so mad. I mean, I guess Abathur is flying. I just, you know, I just want to enjoy tanks in peace, you know. It's like when I play Magic the Gathering, I'm just like, yo, when I play Commander, I'm like, I just want to build a Commander that can print 40 tokens a turn in peace. But then, you know, spoiler alert, people are like, you can't do that. And I'm just like, okay, fine. Guess I'll build a degenerate combo deck that wins in 3 turns. Not 3 turns, wins in 1 turn. And then people are like, wah. And then I'm also like, man, this is boring. You know, the trade-offs. You know, there's nothing that I like more than like summoning a large army of guys. I guess I can still kind of do it with Avenger of Zendikar. The more I've played with my commander decks, the more I realize Avenger of Zendikar is a win con by itself, thanks to Finale of Devastation. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, oh, look at all those Slayers getting destroyed. So satisfying. This is why I just wanted to buy tanks on Rainer, by the way. Because you just hit... Oh, that's not a tank. Hold up. You just hit critical mass, and everything melts. But yeah, Avenger of Zendikar, when it enters the battlefield, summons a bunch of 0/1 plants, so no attack, 1 HP plants, equal the number of lands you have. Lands are your resource. And every time you put down a land, it gives your plants extra +1/+1 counters, so they get slightly stronger. The game's gonna end soon. But the beauty of it is, there's a card called Finale of Devastation. It's a 2-cost spell. You can pay an X amount of mana to search your deck for, you know, however much mana you paid for a creature that costs that much. And you put on your field. And if you pay 10 or more mana, that creature gains haste. Actually, no, not that creature. All creatures you control gain haste and trample and plus whatever. So you spend 10 mana. All your creatures gain +10/+10. You look for Avenger of Zendikar. It comes out. It spawns like 10 plants. They all have +10/+10, and they can attack immediately. Anyways, my favorite combo in green. Hey, look at that. Tanks are delicious. Mwah. Actually, Mengs didn't do too bad himself, but yeah, you can see that these Rainer tanks, once they start racking up like HP in the 400s, almost 400s, they start becoming a bit of a menace. I don't know what Mengs was doing, but like, that's not how you play Mengs during Unstoppable. The only Royal Guard you buy is the Shock Division. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed these two games, be sure to leave a like, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.
In the rear with the gear. The tires, let's light some fires.